man who took away my eyes. I am glad of it, for the darkness helps me think.
Your God has deserted you and taken your strength with him.
No. I can see him more clearly than ever. He wants me to destroy you all!
It's over, Samson!
Stop it! Kill him! Now!
For heterosexual women. And so I would say it for the heterosexual woman, and then also for lesbian women, and then you can apply it the same prayer for heterosexual men and gay men. Okay. So for heterosexual women, Lilith's prayer for having sex with men reads, "Great goddess of freedom and feminine power, I salute you. Expression of the creative power that created everything, the eternal feminine. I ask you, great goddess Lilith, the power of sexually attract men. You, the goddess of seduction and lust, the tantric goddess, the mother who never abandons her son and daughters and always welcomes everyone. I ask you, my mother, to be seductive and to attract all men I desire. No man is impossible for you, great goddess. You seduce all men and place them under your command. Great mother, I ask that all men I desire fall at my feet and submit to my desires. I am your daughter and I have chosen you as my goddess. Great mother, pagan magic. Give me as many men as I want, and my gratitude to you will be eternal, mighty goddess. I commit myself never again to kneel before any force, especially in the face of repressive forces that are contrary to my goals. You are the goddess of freedom and power, and I no longer kneel honoring you and glorifying your power and offering my attitudes as offerings to you, great mother. I ask you that your powers of seduction vibrate my body and that I may be the goddess incarnate to eternal feminine in the world. Mighty goddess Lilith, I ask you to be her representative on the face of the earth and show the world the true divine power, the creative power. I thank you as your daughter and I believe in your strength. I have complete confidence that I will get what I want. So be it. So again, this is Lilith's prayer for having sex with men from the heterosexual woman. Then of course you can change the gender up if you're a lesbian or if you're a heterosexual man or a gay man. So again, those are those prayers. Let's talk a little bit, let's close this out a little bit about with how to cast out Lilith, the spirit of Lilith, if you believe that Lilith is a she.
The spirit of Jezebel is alive and well. We can't. That spirit is persecuting, prosecuting, and attempting to silence the children of the cross. Jezebel represents the manipulative, sexually coercive, perverse, corrupt cultural spirit with all intentionality to kill the prophetic voices. Listen, if you have any prophetic inclination, Jezebel will come after you. The objective of the spirit of Jezebel is to construct Asherah poles in order to marginalize the oracles of righteousness and justice. A spirit that exploits the moments in our lives when we are exhausted.
Up dresses.
What are you saying?
Men have accomplished unbelievable things when they've denied themselves whoopee. The pointy pyramids of Egypt, the Duomo, which I now know is a thing. You don't name a company Microsoft when you're getting some.
Oh, boy. First the kids are screwed up, and now our marriage is. We need therapy. I said therapy, not theremin.
Honest mistake. Or was it?
Welcome, Marge. Homer, no need to take your pants off.
It's not what you think. I just had a big lunch.
Just a series of questions for now.
Then the pants come off. Now, let me be blunt. Are you happy with your romantic life?
My problem used to be too much satisfaction.
We hear that a lot.
But I'm afraid not so much lately.
Do you self-gratify?
Yes, I do everything but masturbate. Marge, you know, it used to be I'd be tempted by every one of these places. Now I just want to know where the business center is. Hard to concentrate with waves gently lapping on the shore. What? Marge, you sure you want to do this?
I think I still want the old you.
Everyone down below the belt! Move, move, move! Don't leave anything up here! We will not be back!
So many stars. Ever wonder how many worlds are out there, homie?
Pizza. Want pizza. And you.
That's my man.
Next on Five.
The reason I had to write Emotions is that I realized that most women don't have a clue about what's going on with men. Not a clue. Not a clue. They've read Essence, they've read Woman's Today, they've listened to Oprah. Most women, everything they think about women, about men, they learn from other women. Other women saying, girl, you know how men are. Your mama telling you, well, you know what a girl's got to do with a girl. Most of the counsel women have gotten about men have been from other women. Half of our women have never been raised in the house with a father that stayed. They don't have a clue that we speak a different language. And then we get in the church. Oh, bless God. And the pastor and his wife comes out and he says, this is my best friend in all the world. She looks at him and says, yes. And you look over across the shores and you say, So we start saying, this is my friend, my best friend in all the world. And so it becomes just a phrase that we toss around. When in reality, in most cases, it's really not true. Because 90% of the men that are married in this room, I don't care how much you tell me she is your best friend, I bet you don't tell her everything. Don't you look at me funny, I dare you. I bet you don't tell her everything. You know you don't tell her everything because you know what will happen if you do. If you told her everything, you know what, women, if you knew what we were thinking when you lay up in the middle of the night and say, what you thinking about? In the book, I tell you why we say nothing. Come on, guys, you got to come out the closet tonight because I'm coming for you tonight. I'm coming for you tonight.
Relationships between men and women. It also means that we can't formulate strong marriages. Because if there's so much toxicity between men and women that we can't even get off of the relationship block, we'll never cross the marriage hurdle. And see, I believe that marriage is deeper than, you know, having a wedding and going and reciting some vows that you never even have plans of keeping. I believe that marriage is something spiritual, and I don't think that, you know, marriage happens legally, of course, in the eyes of God and man when we go to the altar and we recite those vows. But I believe that there's a vast difference between, let's put it this way, wedlock versus marriage. Wedlock happens in the eyes of God and man when we recite those vows. But marriages happen on a deeper and spiritual level. And if we can't make strong relationships because we're at war with one another, then it means we can't formulate strong marriages, which means that we're going to have weak families, which is going to make for what? Weak neighborhoods, which is going to lead to what? Decaying cities. Aren't we seeing this happen? Which leads to broken states, broken nation, and ultimately a weak world. All of this is the consequence of the warfare between men and women and male and female not being able to see eye to eye or come to some healthy terms relative to relating to one another. No wonder the Bible says in Psalms 11, in verse 3, if the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? If we can't solidify the foundations of society, or the foundation of society, which is built on what? Male-female relationships, creating nuclear families. If the foundation is destroyed, what are we to do? And right now we're looking at a world where the foundations have been destroyed. And listen to how the New Testament puts it in Mark chapter 3, verses 24 and 25.
Other condemnations. Our generation is the most well off. We have the most opportunity, but we're the most divided. You know, we're the most incompatible together. Because you got two people coming from serious traumatic upbringings and trying to make stable relationships, even having families out of this stuff. And how do we expect to even build anything when everybody's broken, everybody's fragmented? I mean, what can we do? You can become whatever man you want to be, but at the end of the day, what's the point? Now, of course, outside of yourself, right? You can work on yourself, work on your body, work on everything you want to work on. But what does it mean when you're dealing with a person whose initial instinct is selfish? What you do has no resonance on them, whether you're in perfect shape, whether you have $1 million in the bank. You see how what happens to these rich men. What type of woman would date a man, right, get pregnant, and then go right to court and sue that man for ridiculous amounts of money? What level of selfishness that is? Men don't even think like that. To be parasitical. Men don't even have that. Men feel wrong if you are doing that type of shit. If say you're broke and you're fucked up and you're staying at a friend's house, you feel like shit staying in your friend's house. You feel like shit borrowing money from somebody, taking money you don't deserve, having things that you didn't work for. This is the woman's nature in a nutshell. They will gladly take and live off things that they're not supposed to even have.
No profession, call yourself whatever the hell you want to. If there ain't a man in your life to make you happy, your profession can never do for you what God made man to do for you. How do you rest his mind, sister? When that man is productive when he comes home. He needs to rest and draw strength again to go back and produce some more.
Way around. You know, it should be the other way around. She should try to change herself to try to get to your level, to try to attract you. But we've been corrupted. Babylon has corrupted us with lust, with sex, drugs, fornicate, all that. We've just been corrupted by that. So we're not able to see, you know, the real nature of reality because the nature has been corrupted by the devil. You know, so
demons have possessed many people in this world, bro. And I'm just gonna say it like it is. The way the world is now, man, like social media, all these things, all these things, it really got people caught up. People are so into those things, man. People have lost themselves completely. Completely. They're all scared. They can't be left alone. They can't go for a walk outside by themselves. Hell, I don't know if they can walk to their car by themselves. They probably can, but it's like, you know what I mean? They can't be left alone. They're so weak on their own. And it's not that you have to be alone 24/7. It's the fact that they can't be left alone at all. If you can't spend any time with yourself, there's something up. There's something going on. You have to be able to enjoy your own company. If you can't enjoy it, that's rule number one, bruh. Maybe not rule number one, but it's high up there on the rules chart. If you can't even enjoy your own company, I don't know what else to say.
Man is a horrible thing, and no matter what a woman is, it's a wonderful thing. This is what they're doing. They are the society. They're bringing men down, and women are up. But they don't understand. Women are getting their cue from men. Meaning, so if you're a woman and you're going, I want to be the most successful, whatever I want to be, you're looking at the most successful man. You're competing mentally with men. I want to get the most. Women aren't going, I want to be. Why don't women think in terms of the king and queen system? It's a beautiful system. The system is, if I'm a man, okay, and I see a fucking bum woman, a woman has nothing, she's dumb, fucking, if I marry her, she's now the highest level she can be. She's the queen. You can't get higher than the queen.
Right.
It's a great position.
Right.
It's the baddest bitch in the land, but the queen is the king's bitch. But here's the reverse, and this is why these dominant women who can't find happiness is because the queen in this system, if it's just the queen, right, and the Queen of England is the queen because her father didn't have any sons, so he didn't have a king to take her, so she had his heir was a woman. So now she's the queen with no king. When she gets married, that guy is not the king. He's the queen's husband who doesn't get elevated to his highest position.
Right.
A man at his highest position helps a woman be at her highest position. A highest position woman who has a lower man can't be happy. It's nature. It's fucking nature.
All right, okay, so
I'm not allowing you the fucking power to change my fucking mood, my nigga. You know, and I talked about that shit as far as like what DMX and fucking Cisco was talking about when they said what these bitches want from a nigga. These bitches want the ability to change your mood. These bitches want the ability to take you out of your fucking character. And like I keep on saying, my nigga, all bitches ain't women. So some of these bitches that want to take you out of your character are men.
Into the negative energy. You're not feeding that demon inside them. What happens is they have to leave you alone now because they can't survive. It's just like a mosquito, right? A narcissist is like a mosquito. A mosquito, in order for the mosquito to survive, it needs blood. It has to suck your blood out of you. And they survive off the blood that they suck from you. Alright, and not only do they survive off of your blood, they go feed the family the blood that you gave them. They go feed the daughter to the mother. That's just like how the narcissist is. That's exactly how the narcissist is, man. They suck your blood, they suck your energy, because they're energy vampires. They suck your energy, and now they're living off the energy you suck off. So you think you're going back and forth. You think you're making them mad, going back and forth to them. They scratch your car, now you want to scratch their car. They do some crazy things, now you want to do some crazy things back. You don't even understand. You're feeding the demon in them. You're feeding the narcissism in them, and you're allowing them to continue attacking you. So if you continue doing that, not being wise, and they're going to continue doing that, keep going back and forth. It's a never-ending game with a narcissist. Like, narcissists they're spiritually dead. Okay, some of them, not all of them, but some of them don't even possess a soul. So the only thing they could do is just try to drain you. So, and when they're draining you, in the process of them draining you, they're surviving off them draining you. And a lot of people, like I say, they feed into the games they play, the mind games, witchcraft, the mind games they play on you. People feed onto it. They feed on it, and they don't even understand that them going back and forth with them, the only thing they're doing is allowing that narcissist or that demon in their life to continue being more stronger.
You do understand this is what's happening. A lot of people that are toxic or that are narcissistic, which we know in these times is running rampant, where people only love themselves and are so enamored in love with themselves, and it's really not a real love, you guys. It's a false love, but that's like a whole topic to break down. But you guys, these people who left you, because I want to let you know this, and I want to tell you the honest, complete truth, that toxic people, narcissistic people, people with personality disorders, people that are full of drama, they are not attached to anything but trauma. They are attracted to trauma. And when you begin to heal, and when God begins to elevate you, there's no longer an attraction there, because they cannot, get energy from you. No longer can they feed off of the hurt and pain inside of your system, because God has come into your system and really cleansed you and made you over. And so when you begin to be made over, you don't match their frequency. So if they told you goodbye, understand this. If you are on a journey of healing yourself and doing good things in your life, elevating your level of awareness, elevating your level of consciousness, really getting in tune with our Creator and what He is doing for you, and all of a sudden they left you, baby, it is because they are attracted to the broken version of you. They are attracted to your trauma, and really they were never attracted to you. Please let that sink in. God did you a favor.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Eli Talks TV. I'm back with another video. Now, in this video, I will be talking about Samson and Delilah, the spirit of perversion, seduction, control, and manipulation. I'm just gonna get straight to it. We'll start with the story and background of Samson, and then we'll get to Delilah and how Delilah occurs and is brought to many of our lives as a distraction to distract us from our purpose and from our strength, meaning our source. Let's get to it. So, background of Samson. Let's just skim past his background real quick. If y'all don't know the story of Samson, Samson was a Philistine. He was he was surrounded around the Philistines around that time, around BC or AC, whatever it may be. And he was a boy that had strength of, supernatural strength. And this boy was raised around these, Philistines, and the Philistines didn't like him, but he didn't need that. His strength was relied in God. His favor was relied in God. God handpicked and chose him for a specific purpose, destiny, and for him to walk in this purpose and destiny with his strength, meaning his hair, and with his full guard on God. So when he went to the Philistines and in their place of peace, he was met with someone, his wife, or Delilah, and Delilah sooner or later crept in his inner circle. And Samson would do these miraculous works throughout the city. He would do these miraculous things throughout the people and amongst the people, and he would showcase his strength that was given to him by God as a gift. And Delilah would scope him out, you see what I'm saying, and seduce him, because she knew that this man had a powerful gift. But she was sent by the enemy to help destroy and distract him from that gift, and meanwhile, learn what it is that is providing him with so much strength, not to increase his strength, not to help him grow, not to help him build, but to tear him down and steal what God has already given him. So we're going to get straight to it. So just to make a long story short, Delilah and Samson was met in the palace, and he was with Delilah, and Delilah was with him. And what she would do is she would tell him, you know, why have you lied to me? If you truly love me, if you truly love me like you say you do, if you truly love me like you show that you do, then you would tell me your strength. You would tell me what makes you weak, what gives you all this strength, what helps you to have so much confidence in the Lord, confidence in the strength that the Lord has given you. What gives you so much courage to go out and do what you do and go out and be who you are? You see what I'm saying? What is the power behind that? What is the source behind that? Because what you got, I want, and I'm not trying to increase it at all. Really, I'm trying to decrease what you have. So in that statement, Samson probably, you know, she probably did all types of things to him. He said the right things, did the right things, catered to him the right way, not in the ways of trying to really help him out, but really just to try to destroy him and find his weakness, to weaken him, to make him submit and subject to her, so that way she has the strength. But she played mental games. She played mental games, seduction, manipulation, control, all of these things that this spirit operates out of. It tries to destroy the God's people who are strengthened and encouraged by God in source with these gifts, these unique gifts. And Samson had this unique gift that Delilah wanted to take from him. So she finally got him to make a long story short, she finally got this man to cut off 7 of his dreads. He cut off those 7 locks. Well, she cut off the 7 locks while he was sleeping, and he lost his strength. And so she then sold him out to the Philistines, and the Philistines then plucked his eyes out, made him do hard work and hard labor for I don't know how long, until Samson prayed this prayer, got on his knees, went back to the source, and went back to God to restore him of his strength. That way he can gain victory over the Philistines and gain victory back into his strength and into his hair as the ultimate sacrifice due to the Lord. So let's get straight into it, man. That was just the background. How many of us, or how many of the prophets right now are in this time or in this day and age, or just throughout the whole history of prophets, or those who had gifts, were sent and hunt after through Delilahs and Jezebels? There's a lot of Delilahs and Jezebels in a lot of these men's life, and a lot of these people's lives. It could be men or women. This spirit does not take form as a gender. It takes form as a spirit. This spirit is hunting to seek, kill, steal, and destroy, and distract you from your purpose, your mission, your courage, your strength that you have all found in God. Some women and men, vice versa, can come as a distraction and as a leech, to leech off of you, not to increase you, but to help decrease what God has already poured into you and help you forget your mission, let alone help you forget your identity. It's all about identity with them. Delilahs and Jezebels like to destroy you of your identity because they have none. They have no identity. Delilah was an ancient spirit that was caught in the Garden of Eden, while Adam and Eve, I think, were, intermingling, and that's when Adam was resting, and Eve had came through the womb of Adam. You see what I'm saying? Through the womb of Adam. That's why it's called woman. The womb of Adam. You see what I'm saying? She was formed from his rib, taken from his rib as a distinction of Adam. You see what I'm saying? And Delilah, somewhere in there, Delilah was actually sent as Adam's first wife, is what I've heard, if I'm not mistaken. And Delilah was everything that Adam wanted, but in a bad type of way. What she wanted to do is come as a counterfeit for the real thing. She was a counterfeit for Adam until the real thing came. When the real thing came, which was Eve, she was then dismissed at some point. And I guess she had, in the story, she had came as a distraction to Eve and had lied and tried to disrupt the marriage of Adam and Eve, or the matrimony of Adam and Eve at one point, to disrupt the order of God. You see what I'm saying? Because the spirit operates out of order. It does not like order. It does not like rules. It does not like standards. It does not like it when it's not in control. It starts to operate out of chaos, because this is a chaotic spirit that needs control through chaos, because it's all dwells from a manipulative type of background. So with that being said, Samson then lost his strength. You see what I'm saying? And as we gain strength in God, we have got to be very careful for those Delilahs out there, for those Jezebels out there that try to seek, hunt, and kill these prophets, these people with these unique gifts, these people with these unique stories, and try to hunt them down. This spirit is very attracted to people who have a prophetic gift. And these spirits, now whether these people are aware of it or not, these spirits can scope these people out with prophetic gifts and want to take that from them. They may not realize that they are taking you from God, but by each and every step, you know, these spirits get more and more aggressive. They are very aggressive spirits, very masculine spirits. These spirits like to, again, control. So these spirits come off as they may come off as very shy, very seducing, very charming and seductive at first, but then as time flies, they start to show their true colors, because their spirit at the end of the day is operating out of control. It's all doing these things to charm you, to get to you, to get to your weakness, to give you things, to be around you and scope and check your ego. A lot of times these spirits like to uphold you in the highest of honor, to really just, you know, hit up your ego as a dopamine effect, to get you to the point where you can, you feel me, get outside yourself, slip up, and then they know all your weaknesses as well as your strengths, and they can tear you down from the inside out. This spirit is an inside out type of thing. So what it's going to do is, right, it's going to study you. It's going to study the things that you like. It's going to study the things that you don't like. It's going to study how you serve God. It's going to study how you don't serve God. It's going to study how you go about your everyday life, because this spirit is very nosy. It's very monitoring. It's very just like the snake. It likes to monitor. It likes to scope. It likes to learn you. You see what I'm saying? It likes to learn the things that you do, to learn the things that you are, you know, aware of. You see what I'm saying? That way it can scope out how it's going to destroy you. See what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this is what it wants. It wants your gift. It wants what God has given you, and it wants to take you away from your journey, your strength, your purpose. So these Delilahs in a lot of our lives, if we've already dealt with these Jezebels, really they are, if you can point out a picture, right, of recent women or men, vice versa, that you've dealt with in your past that have really just been a distraction from like the moment you met them to the moment till now, and it's like they've done nothing but cause you pain, hurt, trauma, and they came as this angel of light. They came as this angel of knowing and wanting what you want out of life. But that's not true, because they sit there and they disguise themselves. They shapeshift. They know how to, you feel me, play on your mental, play on the things that you are fond of. You see what I'm saying? That way they can entangle themselves with you and your lifestyle, as well as probably your circle and stuff like that, to gain more access to you. We've all dealt with certain people who try to always infringe themselves with certain people. You see what I'm saying? Get close to them, get close to certain people, and it's like, for what? Why do you want to get so close to my inner circles? Why do you want to get so close to my family? Why do you want to do certain things just to get close to me, just to gain more, really just to gain more access and more control? Because the spirit is very conniving. It's very slippery. You see what I'm saying? It's very methodical, because it's very in the cut. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to tell you what it's there to do. It's not going to show you what it's there to do, but it's going to be hidden in the movements and the actions that it displays, because it's a very conniving spirit. This spirit is also dealing with narcissism. A lot of narcissistic tendencies operate within these people, because these people with these spirits have another source controlling their minds, have another source controlling their thoughts. So it's very much controlled by melodic thoughts. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all know what this is, but it's called the octopus spirit. The octopus spirit is a octopus, right? So let's take an octopus for an example. An octopus has a big head, right? And this big head operates every one of its tentacles, 8 tentacles, right? The brain, it has different systems and brains within those tentacles, but what those tentacles do is they obstruct and construct themselves on their opponent, their prey, right? And it starts to suck them dry, drain them, slowly but surely. But it's very slithery, it's very methodical, it's very smart in its ways. You see what I'm saying? Its ways are very unbeknownst to you, because it's like they have different ways of doing things at one point. So let's get to it. So the octopus, right? It studies its prey very well. It studies its prey, it masters its prey, and it tries to get close to its prey to find a weakness. And once the weakness is found, the octopus has no other mission but to destroy that prey in that moment. So what the octopus can do and will do is use its head, right? Use its eyes to study you, use its heads to master certain skills about you and certain skills about this prey that it's studying and about themselves, to entangle you with, it could be with lies, it can be with lust, it can be with seduction, it can be with anything that you like. And it entangles you with that until it's got a whole wrap around you before you can even notice, and it squeezes the life out of you, right? Slowly but surely, it squeezes all of the life, all of the strength, all of what you are out of you. It gets in your inner circle, it gets in your immediate circles, it gets in the things that you like to do on an everyday basis. It squeezes itself into your life source and takes you from that, because it is there on assignment to take you from God, to ultimately destroy your identity, because this spirit has no identity. So its identity is found in how they can treat their prey, how they can gain wins and victories off of the losses of others, because this is a very demonic, methodical spirit. So this octopus spirit, right, is very rampant over even the church. It can operate through religion as well. You think the church don't have a lot of people who operate through witchcraft? You see what I'm saying? And witchcraft don't always got to be some tarot cards, candles lit, and some soothsayings and rituals. No, people can operate through witchcraft just by trying to twist and manipulate certain things that, others do. It could be thoughts, it could be mind games, like I said earlier. It could be anything. This is the same spirit that Delilah came with. And she played long enough for him to give up his secrets. Some women or men will play long enough for you to give them their secrets, and then they will destroy you from the inside out. First, they will get close to you. You see what I'm saying? Learn you, study you, then they will master how to destroy you from afar, because it's not like they're gonna show you and tell you what they are up to. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna do that. They're gonna study you from afar, master you from afar, and then destroy you from the inside out. You see what I'm saying? Because that's how the spirit works. That's how Delilah works. That's how Jezebel works. And they can't do it alone. They have to have cowards with them. You see what I'm saying? They have to have these people with them that agree with it, all of the evil, methodical things that they are thinking and doing, because these people are also controlled by this same spirit, or these tentacles of this individual has the same type of control and power over them as well. And so they are too confused to even realize what's going on. You see what I'm saying? So I've had many of these interferences in life, you see what I'm saying, with certain people, and they've gained very close access to, let's say, my family, or you see what I'm saying, they've gained, because they know how to switch, right? They know how to switch out different personalities. They know how to shapeshift. They know how to appear like they're holy, or appear like they are someone that you like. If anything is too close to perfect, it's always wrong. You see what I'm saying? One of my homies told me that if it's too close to perfect, something is off. If certain people are playing too perfect, if it's too, you see what I'm saying, good, you see what I'm saying, you gotta kind of question it a little bit, because it's like, where are these intentions coming from? Are you really doing all these things because you like me? Or are you doing things like this to get certain control over me because it's what you want at the end of the day? It's not about what I want. It's about what you want. You see what I'm saying? There's certain plays and certain moves that these people will make out of unbeknownst to you. I had, certain individuals do certain things unbeknownst to me at the last minute, and I was caught in the whole web. And it was never told to me when they was going to do it. It was never planned when they was going to do it. They just did it because it's what they wanted in that moment. You know what I'm saying? It gains more control, it gains more ground rule. And that's something that's not good, because why are you doing that? You see what I'm saying? What are the intentions and motives behind what you do? You see what I'm saying? It's always going to, what's hidden in the dark will always show in the light. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, with certain people, man, they got to really realize and recognize that these people are controlled by demonic spirits. And these entities, right? They run around and they go rapid, and it mainly deals with overthinking. It deals with people who are offended, and people who overthink, and people who carry this shame and this guilt within their mind and don't really heal from it. They operate and open themselves up to negative spirits because they don't deal with it. They don't fight it off with the holy armor of God. They don't fight it off with word or scripture. They don't fight it off with trying to pray against it. They don't fight it off at all. They allow it in, and then they wonder why it's running rampant in their life. They wonder why they're always confused. They wonder why they are always stuck in a cycle or in a loop or stuck in a certain way of mindset or thinking, because these people never healed from their traumas. They never healed from these things that caused them to be under the same spirit that they are trying to operate in and take control in other people's lives, because they are also underneath a demonic spirit. You see what I'm saying? So everyone is operating out of trauma. And when you allow for trauma to come in, you allow for the enemy to come in and still kill and destroy. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, a lot of times, man, you can't even take offense to a lot of the things that certain people do, because a lot of times people do certain things simply out of a completely different spirit. Sometimes the spirit will actually realize and recognize who you are. Just like Delilah, just like Samson and Delilah realized who Samson was, man. Like the aura, that light on you, that light inside of you, it realized who Samson was and took advantage of that. She can tell that Samson had a light on him. She can tell that Samson had a gift. It's not like she couldn't. And she operated throughout that spirit to take him down. There are a lot of people who operate through certain spirits to take you down, bro. And they don't even, sometimes they do realize it. But their thoughts, just like I said, are consumed with overthinking, with negative thoughts. You see what I'm saying? So these people wake up with negativity on their mind every single day, and they never heal from it. And so these negative thoughts control their actions. And through your actions, those are where your thoughts are. What's in your thoughts is also through what's in your soul. What's in your soul is going to be shown throughout the outside. You see what I'm saying? If the inside is negative, then the outside going to be negative too. You see what I'm saying? See, a lot of people be like, oh, this individual is toxic. They're only toxic because of what they're hidden in their heart. You see what I'm saying? But let's not get off the topics. Yeah, this stuff is very real. This stuff is very spiritual. It goes right back to Samson and Delilah. And we have a lot of Delilahs out there that really want to steal, kill, and destroy and distract you from your mission, from your purpose, and from who you are. It's all about identity to them. Identity, identity, identity. If I can identify myself with this individual, if I can move in this circle and identify myself with this circle, then they would never really know why I am sent to do what I am here to do. They will never really know who I truly am on the surface, because I'm not really who I say I am. I am pretending to be just like you, but really, I am nothing like you. I am a devourous, deceitful, lying, manipulative, controlling, all out just eager individual that wants and seeks power and control, because that's how I get my identity. Their identity is not hidden in Christ, it's hidden in the world. This is what happens when you have an identity of the world and an identity of Christ. You will hide yourself in certain circles to make yourself look good when really you are not of that spirit. It's all about the fruits of the spirit, and whatever these people serve on an everyday basis will show. You understand me? It will show. If you have certain fruits that show and they are not of God, it will show as well. It will show. It will show. So make sure you're not operating out of the spirit of Jezebel or Delilah, and make sure that you're giving people grace and mercy on their journey. You see what I'm saying? Make sure that you aren't the weapon formed against you. Make sure that you are not the weapon formed against somebody else in their destiny and their journey. And by doing so, you have to realize that you have to be a light. You see what I'm saying? You cannot get your identity and validation from other people. It will not come through other people. It has to come through Christ Jesus. That's where your identity lies. Narcissistic individuals, Delilah spirit individuals, Jezebel spirited individuals have low self-esteem at heart. And so they gain these identities through other people because they suffer from identity crisis. Their minds are split. You see what I'm saying? They have a split conscience, double-mindedness. You see what I'm saying? Double-mindedness leads to confusion, chaos. You see what I'm saying? Because they're double-minded, they're split in their decisions, and they don't know how to make the right move for their own lives, so they include different people to help validate their own miserable existence, because that's what they need to survive. It's all about energy. If they can drain yours, they will do so, if you let them. So, realize that, take advantage of that, and be blessed. Y'all stay blessed. I'm going to keep it moving, keep it strolling. I'm going to try to be more consistent. And that was the video. If y'all got a message from that, say amen. If you didn't, keep it scrolling or keep it pushing and enjoy the message if you made it. So, again, I'm out. Deuces. It's been good. I'm out.